All right, you ready to get our hands dirty with some serious baseball and softball tech?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Today we're diving deep into Rapsodo, the data analysis tool changing the game. And I've been poring over a ton of notes and recordings from one of their webinars. I gotta tell you, I'm geeking out over all the possibilities, especially those 3D visualizations.
Oh, yeah, those are amazing.
Seriously. It's like seeing the game in a whole new light. It was incredible. We had access to the whole Rapsodo team, sales reps, customer experience folks, even one of their engineers.
Wow, sounds like a great opportunity to get behind the scenes.
It really was. They really opened up about the tech and how coaches are using it. So are you ready to unlock the secrets behind all those swings and pitches?
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
Perfect. So what's always fascinated me about baseball and softball is just how much happens in the blink of an eye.
Totally.
Rapsodo takes those split-second moments and turns them into measurable data.
Yeah, it's not just about what happened. It's about understanding why it happened.
Exactly. And that's where the data gets really interesting. It's like taking those gut feelings that coaches have always relied on and, backing them up with hard data.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense.
Like when you just NAOW a player's swing is off, but now you can actually see what's off.
Makes it a lot easier to make adjustments.
Exactly. So they have this thing called the Pro 2.0 unit, and this is where it gets really wild.
Okay, what's that?
It's basically a compact powerhouse that captures all the critical data for both pitching and hitting.
Oh, wow. Both.
Yeah, and they use radar and optical technology to do it. Get this, it has 2 cameras on each side.
2 cameras. That's crazy.
It's literally seeing everything. It's like having a high-tech umpire with instant replay capability.
I like that instant replay.
But, the question is, how user-friendly is this thing? Could just anyone set it up?
That's always a concern with new tech.
Right.
So you'll be happy to hear one of the things they really hammered home in the webinar was how easy it is to get up and running.
Oh, that's good.
They said 5 to 10 minutes, tops.
Nice.
And you're collecting data. Doesn't matter if you're inside a batting cage or out on the field.
That is super convenient. So let's break down this data a bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
They talked a lot about pitching metrics, things like release point, velocity, spin. But why are those so important, and how does Rapsodo actually measure them?
Well, they like to divide pitching into 2 categories. Inputs, those are the things the pitcher can control, and outputs, the results of those actions.
Okay, that makes sense.
So release point, velocity, and spin are all inputs.
And those inputs directly impact where the ball goes and how it moves.
You got it.
I was looking at my notes, and they even track the max velocity for the entire session.
Oh, that's cool.
I bet that adds a little extra motivation.
Yeah, I can see some friendly competition heating up over that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's talk about spin for a second. Why is that such a game changer, data-wise?
Spin is where it gets really interesting. It's not just about how fast the ball is spinning. It's about the direction of that spin, the axis.
Oh, I see. So it's 3D spin, not just how fast.
That's it. And Rapsodo captures all that data. Helps you really understand why a fastball rises or a curveball dives the way it does.
Oh, I remember they showed those amazing spinning ball visuals.
Oh, yeah?
Those were mesmerizing.
It's like seeing the physics of the pitch right in front of you.
It really was. So we've got all these inputs, release point, velocity, spin. What about the outputs? What's the data telling us about the results?
The main outputs for pitching. We're talking strike zone location and break. Basically, where the ball ends up and how it got there.
Makes sense.
Rapsodo gives you data for the whole trajectory of the pitch, from release all the way to the catcher's mitt.
So you can see exactly how that curveball breaks away from a right-handed hitter.
Exactly.
That's incredible. You can really fine-tune a pitcher's mechanics based on that kind of information.
You're not just throwing hard anymore, you're throwing smart.
Exactly. So how about hitting? Does Rapsodo change the way we think about hitting too? Is the same input-output concept?
It is, but with different metrics, of course. For hitting, the big inputs are exit velocity, launch angle, and the direction the ball is hit, pulled, pushed, hit straight on.
Okay, so speed, angle, and direction. Those would all impact how far the ball travels.
Exactly.
Is that the main output they measure for hitting? Distance?
Distance is definitely important, especially for power hitters trying to clear the fences. But Rapsodo also captures the spin rate off the bat.
Wait, the ball spins off the bat too?
It does. That backspin is actually crucial for how far the ball travels.
Oh, interesting. I never really thought about that.
Rapsodo analyzes the swing and helps you understand how to create that backspin.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, imagine being able to pinpoint those tiny adjustments to turn those warning track fly balls into home runs.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, now my mind is officially blown. This isn't just tracking numbers, it's like understanding the physics behind every hit and every pitch. But how do you actually get to this data? I know they talked about an app and a cloud platform, right?
Right. The Rapsodo unit itself actually acts as its own Wi-Fi hotspot.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you don't even need internet out on the field. You connect through the app, and you start seeing data overlaid right on the video recordings.
The unit creates its own Wi-Fi? That's genius. No more struggling to find a signal at the ballpark.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things for me, too.
That's awesome. So the app sounds pretty straightforward.
Oh, yeah. The app is designed to be really intuitive and user-friendly. They even have a basic mode if you're just getting started or working with younger players.
So it's accessible for everyone.
Absolutely.
From seasoned coaches to like parents who are just trying to figure out what their kid's doing out there.
Totally.
And then all that data collected in the app is sent to their cloud platform.
Seamlessly.
That's where the magic really happens, right?
That's it.
So the cloud platform, it's where all the data lives.
You got it. Think of it as a central hub for everything Rapsodo. Manage your roster, review sessions, but most importantly, it stores your data long-term. Imagine being able to track a player's progress over their entire career. That's priceless for coaches.
That's got to be invaluable, especially for player development.
Absolutely. You can see how a player's mechanics evolve over time, make adjustments based on how they're growing and developing.
And they talked about how you can filter data by specific time frames.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure. Say a pitcher's coming back from an injury. Compare their pre-injury data to their post-injury data. See if their mechanics have changed.
Well, that's a great application.
Or you could analyze a hitter's performance during a specific training block. See how their swing is responding.
It's not just about raw numbers. It's about telling a story with the data.
100%.
Understanding a player's journey and making informed decisions.
That's the power of data.
That's really powerful stuff. So you can obviously see the data in the app, but they also talked about ways to visualize and share all these insights through the cloud platform, right?
Oh, yeah. Tons of ways. They have all kinds of charts, breakdowns, reports. You name it, they got it.
The PDF reports they talked about sounded pretty slick. What's the deal with those?
Those are awesome. They're like customizable snapshots of a session.
So they're easy to share.
Super easy, perfect for sharing with players, parents, even college recruiters. It's a really clear, concise way to present the data, highlight the key points, no more trying to decipher spreadsheets or explain complicated graphs.
That's fantastic. It's like having your own data analyst, but without having to pay for one.
Exactly. And if you're a real data nerd, you can even download the data as a CSV file and play with it yourself.
But let's be honest, the real showstoppers are those 3D visualizations, right?
Oh, they blew my mind.
They showed spray charts coming to life, pitch movement from every angle. It was like you were inside the ball, watching it spin.
Those visualizations are seriously cool.
They really are. Okay, so we've covered a lot, the tech, the data, the app, the cloud platform. But here's the million-dollar question. What does it all mean? How do you actually use this data to help coaches and players?
That's where the human element comes in. Remember, Rapsodo is a powerful tool, but it's not a replacement for a good coach.
So it's not about the data making decisions.
Yeah.
It's about informing the decisions.
Precisely.
I like to think of it like having a co-pilot in the cockpit. The data can offer valuable insights, guidance, but the coach is still flying the plane.
Perfect analogy.
Right.
We can't let the data become the be-all and end-all. It's about understanding, enhancing our understanding, not replacing our intuition and experience.
Absolutely. That is such a critical point. It's about finding that balance between data-driven insights and good old-fashioned coaching wisdom.
Exactly. The data can help pinpoint areas for improvement, but it's up to the coach to figure out how to address those issues, to help the player understand what the numbers really mean.
That's where the real magic happens.
It is. It's about using data to tell a story, to map out growth and development.
But, it's not all sunshine and roses, right? There are limitations to what Rapsodo can do.
Of course, we got to be realistic.
Like the Pro 2.0 only captures ball flight data.
Right.
It can't track things like catch pop times or throwdowns.
That's true.
And even though you can analyze performance before and after an injury, it's not going to tell you what's wrong or how to fix it.
Exactly. You still need a good athletic trainer or physical therapist for that.
But even with those limitations, I think Rapsodo is an incredibly powerful tool. It has the potential to change how we train and develop players.
I completely agree. And the coolest part, they're constantly adding new features and improving the technology. They even mentioned in the webinar that they're working on a softball version that can capture live data for both pitching and hitting.
No way.
It's true.
That's huge news for the softball community. It's exciting to be a part of this data-driven revolution.
Totally. It
Yeah.
feels like we're at the forefront of something really special.
You know what else impressed me?
What's that?
Their dedication to customer support. They talked about having a phone line, email support, even offering one-on-one troubleshooting.
That's awesome. Especially for those new to the tech, it can feel a little overwhelming.
Yeah, the personalized support makes all the difference. It shows they're not just trying to sell you something, they're building a community and giving people the tools to succeed.
I love that approach.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, we've covered a lot. The pros, cons, features, benefits. What are your final thoughts on Rapsodo?
I think it's a game changer. It has the potential to completely transform how we train and develop baseball and softball players.
It's an amazing tool, but it's just a tool, right?
Exactly.
You got to use it the right way.
Yeah.
It's not a magic solution.
It's a powerful asset, but only if it's used correctly.
That's a great point to end on.
But before we move on, I have one final question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Knowing everything we've learned today, how do you think Rapsodo might change the future of these sports?
That's a big one. I think it has the potential to level the playing field in a way we've never seen before. Like, imagine a world where every player, no matter where they come from, no matter their resources, has access to this kind of data analysis.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Right. It could revolutionize how we identify and develop talent, open doors for players who might otherwise slip through the cracks.
That's a powerful thought. It's not just about finding the hidden talent. It's about maximizing the potential of every player.
Exactly.
With the data, we can personalize training plans, target weaknesses, track progress in ways that just weren't possible before.
It takes the guesswork out of coaching. It puts the power of data in the hands of everyone. It really does.
And you know what? I think it could even make the games themselves more exciting.
Oh, how so?
Well, just imagine the strategic possibilities, right?
Yeah.
Coaches using Rapsodo data to break down their opponents.
See where their weaknesses are, maybe exploit them a little bit.
Exactly. We could see a whole new level of strategy in baseball and softball.
That would be awesome. Maybe someday we'll even see those 3D visualizations on TV during games. Give fans that extra insight.
Oh, yeah. It would be like having the coach's playbook live right there in front of you.
That'd be incredible. It could revolutionize how we watch and analyze the game. But let's get back down to earth for a minute.
Sure.
We've been talking about all these amazing things, but, how much does this all cost? Is this only for those elite programs with tons of money?
That's actually one of the things that impressed me most about Rapsodo. They've really tried to make this tech available to everyone.
Oh, that's good.
So with the Pro 2.0 unit, you can start with just hitting or just pitching.
Oh, okay.
So if you're on a tight budget, you don't have to buy the whole thing at once.
That's great. That makes it much more accessible. What about the membership levels they talked about? Do you have to have one to use the app and all the cloud features?
You do need a membership to get all the features on the cloud platform, but they have different levels for, different needs. The high school membership seems like a really good deal.
Yeah.
Especially with how many player profiles you get.
How many is that?
$1,000 a year gets you 100 profiles.
100.
That's incredible.
That really is. Think about being able to track a kid's progress from freshman year all the way through senior year. That's amazing.
Talk about a gold mine of data.
It's a game changer. And it's not just for coaches either, right?
Oh, absolutely. The players themselves can see their data, how they're improving, really take ownership of their development.
So empowering. And let's not forget those PDF reports they were talking about. So helpful for sharing data.
Oh, yeah. Those reports are brilliant. They lay everything out so clearly, and they look great. No more digging through spreadsheets or trying to understand those crazy graphs.
Exactly. It's like having a personal data analyst, but without the crazy cost.
Spot on. And if you really love digging into the numbers, they have those downloadable CSV files.
For the real data geeks out there.
Yeah.
But one thing that really stuck out to me through all of this is how much Rapsodo seems to value the human element.
Oh, for sure.
They were really adamant about this tech being a tool, not a replacement for coaches.
Couldn't agree more.
It's about the data informing decisions, not making them.
Absolutely.
It's like we said before, it's like having a co-pilot. The data helps, but the coach is still flying the plane.
100%. We can't lose sight of that. The data can help us understand things better, but it shouldn't replace our experience and intuition.
That is such a crucial point. We got to find that balance between the data and, just good old-fashioned coaching.
Exactly. The data might show you areas to improve, but it's the coach who figures out how to address those issues. And it's the coach who helps the player understand what all those numbers mean.
That's the art of coaching.
You got it.
It's about connecting with the player. You can't get that from the data.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And another thing that stood out,
What's that?
they really focused on making this tech user-friendly.
Oh, yeah. That's huge. If it's too complicated, people won't use it.
Exactly. I mean, even I could figure out the app and the cloud platform, and I'm not exactly a tech whiz.
They found that sweet spot. Powerful features that are easy to use.
And they were upfront about the tech's limitations.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like the Pro 2.0 only looks at ball flight, right?
Right.
It can't track pop times or throwdowns, things like that.
You still need a good athletic trainer and physical therapist, too.
For sure. For sure. I really appreciate that they didn't oversell it.
Me too. It's a powerful tool, but just one part of the bigger picture.
Exactly.
And they're always making it better. Remember, they're working on that softball version. Live data for both pitching and hitting.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
That's fantastic. They even offer one-on-one troubleshooting sessions for users.
It's amazing. Shows they really care about their users.
It really does. It's like they're building a community around this tech.
It's not just about selling a product. It's about helping people succeed.
Okay, I think we've covered just about everything.
Yeah, I think we've hit all the major points.
My head's spinning a little bit, but in a good way. I feel like I could go coach a team right now using just Rapsodo data.
Maybe hold off on that for now.
Okay, fair enough. But really, I'm so impressed with everything we've learned about Rapsodo.
Me too. It's definitely a game changer.
It's clear that this is way more than just a data tool. It's like a glimpse into the future of baseball and softball.
I agree, totally.
So here's the big question, and I'm throwing this one to you, our expert. Knowing all this, how do you think Rapsodo will impact the future of these sports?
That's a great question, and I think it has a lot of different answers. But first and foremost, I think Rapsodo will make those advanced analytics available to more people.
Yeah.
We talked about their prices and memberships already, and how they make this tech something that more coaches and players can afford, but I think it's bigger than that. As more and more people use it, as the data becomes more readily available, I think it's going to change how we develop young players. Just imagine, what if every kid in Little League had the same level of data analysis as a Major League Pro?
Wow. That would be incredible.
It'd be like giving every player a personalized roadmap to success.
I love that, a roadmap.
And with that roadmap, coaches could identify talent more efficiently and nurture that talent. They could create specific training plans to work on a player's weaknesses, help players build their skills in a smarter, more targeted way.
It's like Moneyball, but for every level of the game.
You got it.
That's so cool.
And I think it could change how we discover new talent, too.
Oh, yeah? How so?
We always talk about those diamond-in-the-rough players, the ones who might have been overlooked because they didn't have the right resources, the right coaching.
Right.
With Rapsodo, they can show everyone what they can do.
So it's not just about the players we already have. It's about finding hidden talent.
Exactly. The future of baseball and softball could be even more competitive, even more diverse, because we'd have a larger pool of talent to draw from.
That's so exciting. And I think it goes beyond just the players themselves. Rapsodo could change how we think about coaching, elevate the whole profession.
Absolutely. With this data, coaches can be more than just instructors.
Oh, yeah.
They can be analysts, strategists, mentors.
Yeah.
They can use these insights to make better decisions, better game plans, help their players reach their full potential.
It's like giving coaches a whole new set of tools, right?
Right. It's a more scientific, data-driven approach to the game.
That's awesome.
And I think we'll see coaches and players working closer together than ever before. Instead of relying on gut feelings and old-school methods, they can use the data together, figure out what needs improvement, come up with strategies.
It's a real partnership.
That's it.
It's like taking the mystery out of player development.
Right. No more guessing games.
It's all right there in the data.
And we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with this tech. Rapsodo's always innovating. Who knows what's next?
It's an exciting time for baseball and softball, for sure. It feels like we're watching a new era unfold.
I couldn't agree more. It's a time full of possibility. I can't wait to see what happens.
Me too. Well, I think we've covered just about everything. I feel like I've learned so much. I'm ready to go out there and coach a team, using nothing but Rapsodo data.
Hold on, maybe not just yet.
Okay, okay, you're right. But seriously, I'm blown away by everything we've learned today. Rapsodo is so much more than just a data analysis tool.
Absolutely.
It's really changing the game. It's a sign of things to come.
It is.
Well, I think it's about time for us to wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good to me.
But before we go, one final thought for our listeners out there. Remember that data's powerful, but it only works if people use it. Don't just let the numbers tell you what to do. Let them inspire you. Challenge your assumptions. Think of new ideas.
Great advice. Find that balance between the data and your own baseball or softball knowledge.
Exactly. Go out there, experiment, analyze, and see what's possible. And don't forget, folks, it's Rapsodo, not Rapodo.
Words to live by.
That's right. Until next time, keep swinging for the fences, and may your data always be in your favor.